Beautiful morning to you, and many thanks for joining us on the midweek edition of Dominion Sports right here on Dominion Television. My name is Buluwaji Ogumola. I promise this to be very exciting today as we have a whole lot lined up for your viewing pleasure, from the local league to the international scene to the ladies. It appears the ladies are getting all the attention at this point because currently we're having the WAFCON right here in Africa. We're also having the Women Euros in Europe, and then the Women's Copa America over there inside America. So all of this we'll be talking about on the show this beautiful morning. And don't forget, the girls are preparing to take on Zambia. We'll talk about them. And a major competition is starting in Abeokuta today. It is the CAA Under-18, Under-20 athletics competition, as the young boys and girls from across the continent will converge in Abeokuta, Ogun State to do battle on the tracks. And very soon, Toby Ajewole will join us, and together we will do justice to all of that and many more. Of course, I have Toluwa and Polobe right here in the studio, and together I'll promise to make today as exciting as you can imagine it. Good morning to you.
Yes, good morning to you, Buluwaji, and I'm so excited to be in the studio this wonderful morning to talk sports. It's back-to-back action. I just stay connected. I don't change at all. We're going to give you back-to-back action right here.
All right, stay connected. Toby Ajewole is also joining us via Zoom this beautiful morning, and together we will be discussing all of the trending issues in the world of sports today. What do you make of the old ladies season?
It looks like you said, it's a ladies season, and we're having back-to-back action, you know, from the Euros to the WAFCON, to the Copa America also. So it's all loaded for them. I think it's just going to be a new level to see the ladies thrive, also in the football right there. And we expect something better, from them, especially, from what we've seen over the years, from them. And I think it's just one thing to build and enjoy, this wonderful sport, from the ladies.
All right, I understand that Toby Ajewole is with us right now. Hello, Toby. Good morning to you.
Yeah, sir. Yeah, good morning to you. Good morning to Toluwani also. Yes, good morning to our viewers also.
Thanks for having you, Toby. Just like you met us talking, it's the ladies' season. The WAFCON is going on, the Women Euro is going on, the Women Copa America is also going on. Which of those three would you rather watch if they are on the same time?
I think I'll go for the WAFCON.
Patriotism there,
patriotism,
right?
yeah, actually.
I would say Africa first.
Africa first.
Definitely, the WAFCON is always a spectacle for me. I even try to watch past WAFCON editions just to relive the moment and see the best of women's African football.
All right, for Toluwani, which one would you rather watch?
I'm not going to lie, it's going to be the WAFCON also, honestly, like Toby said, I actually even went back yesterday, to watch the video of the 2024, where we had Desire Paranoze, we have, a Perpetual Kocha, all of them playing the same.
Honestly, saying this because we have cameras right in front of us.
No. I'm just saying it because, the WAFCON has given us so much a spectacle. We've enjoyed entertainment, football, I scoring games also right there. So I think for me, the WAFCON.
Anyways, I don't believe them anyways. I think because they have cameras right in front of them. I know behind the camera they will say something else. But let's kickstart from the torture of Nigerian League football, where Hamola Football Club, E-World Football Club, and Ikorodu City Football Academy have all gained promotion to the Nigerian National League. Well, Hamola FC had defeated Karim Adeyemi Football Club 3-1 in their final group match at the Gateway International Stadium in Shagamu. They finished top of the group with 6 points from 3 matches. E-World FC recorded an unbeaten run in their group as they defeated Ahudiyana FC 2-1 at the Sharks Stadium in Port Harcourt. Ikorodu City FA secured a 4-1 victory over Fantex FC to top their group on superior goal difference ahead of Magic Stars. They, alongside Magic Stars, gathered 7 points from the 3 matches played. Now, Malekunkele United, Kano Ambassadors, Warinje FC, all qualified from the Northern Conference, and of course, Southern Stormers, Hamola, E-World, Ikorodu City are those who gain promotion from the Southern Conference. Well, there you have it. There you have it on your screen. The teams that are through to the Nigerian National League promotion. Toby, if you can hear me, there you have the teams that will join the regulars in the NNL next season.
Yes, they will join the regulars, and they've been promoted to what we call the most
Important league.
important league in Nigeria. Congratulations to them, I must say. The NLO has also had its own fair share of controversies because it took the NFF to even intervene in some boardroom decisions involving some clubs and even some administrators before we saw the conclusion of the NLO playoff. So yes, we will be seeing these names. I was not too impressed with the Karim Adeyemi Football Club.
I was going to talk about
Yes,
them.
yeah.
That they suffered in their game, because when you look at what they do, you feel maybe because of the name associated with them, Karim Adeyemi, you feel that they should be a big fish. But even they've also had their own issues. Remember, they had one of their coaches who was sanctioned by
That's
the
right.
Ibadan Football Council. That was some days ago due to some unsporting behavior right there. But I think he's going back to the proverbial drawing board for them, and even for the rest of the sides that didn't gain promotion this term. There will be another chance for them come next season in the NLO. And for those that have now picked up qualification to the NNL, yes, it's definitely going to be a tug of war. That I can assure them, because I call the NNL a jungle. It's not very easy to navigate those waters of the Nigerian National League. Clubs that have been relegated from the MPF will tell you how it's difficult to
All right. Okay.
names withheld. We rather buy slots.
Thank you, Toby. Tolu, let me come to you.
Yeah.
Looking at the teams that just got promoted, what kind of threats do you think they will bring into the NNL?
So actually there are new teams also, so I'm sure, they would have a different idea of how, things have been, done there also. Like Toby said, the NLL is a jungle, so you need to, be a scavenger also, scrap for everything, everything possible, right there. And, after playing, that full season, you come again to play the Super 8. So it's a whole lot, and I'm sure, you that you're just coming from the NLO back to the NLL, and, at the MPFL teams also going back to the NLL. So it's a whole lot of pressure.
It's a jungle.
So it's a jungle. So I'm sure, these teams are also prepared. It's a battle. So I'm sure they're also prepared to, do battle, going into this, season. For them, also, it's a big feat for them, to be in that, competition also. So they want to do everything right to also see how they can gain, promotion also to the MPFL. But it's a whole lot because, like I said, you have several teams also still remaining, like our dear Crown FC also still back. So, there are teams who have done, they have said, oh, let's try to bounce back. They are coming on, you're also saying, let me see how I can also, team also from the MPFL also. So it's a whole lot, it's a jungle.
At the end of the day, you might just get back. You're not ready.
You're not ready, actually.
Are you surprised that a team like Karim Adeyemi FC, with proper structure, I mean, that's one club that I'm a little close to, well-structured team, owned by German international Karim Adeyemi, who's of Ibadan descent. The club is currently being run by his dad. Well-structured. You need to go to their clubhouse in Oluyole. How fantastic it is. Their boss, their boss is very beautiful, man. Even MPFL clubs can't boast of what these guys have. But unfortunately, towards the tail end of the NLO, when we wanted them to pick up a ticket and move to the to the NNL, things started happening. It didn't work well. Even in the IFA League, their coach got suspended and all for poor behaviors and all that. We should be seeing teams like that play in the top league.
Yes, so, then it begs the questions to ask. So it's not just about the facilities, it's not about what you have. Can the players now deliver for you? That's the question. Remember, we spoke about Remo Stars, we spoke about Shooting Stars, having to have new development also. So we have this development for you.
You know why I support what you said is because Karim Adeyemi himself comes December.
To spend time with the players.
Exactly, to motivate the players. And let them know that, see, we are together in this one and provide everything that they require. You don't even want us to talk about their media department. Actually, they do a lot.
Massive.
All right, because of our time, Tolu, and let's move on and inform you that Kwara United Football Club has officially resumed training in preparation for the upcoming 2025-2026 MPFL season and also their campaign in the CAF Confederations Cup. Now, of course, you already know them. They're representing us on the continent next season. The team returned to the pitch on Monday under the supervision of coach Tunde Sani following a short break. Now, as part of their preparation and, of course, build-up, they have a friendly game against the Blim FC at their own home ground. Meanwhile, details regarding, who is coming, who's going, have not been released, but then we're expecting that in due course. Now, if they don't know, we're all interested in Kwara United, honestly. Kwara United. we are interested in them because they must perform.
Yeah, they must perform.
They are representing us on the continent.
On the continent. So,
Yes,
it's a must for you to perform. And you know, so still having the players, we don't know who is in the team, who is not in the team. You know, having to get back into training again. So I think they just need to put the house in order because you cannot disappoint us.
Because ordinarily you expect them to sort all of that out and have the fresh players
in the team. So we cannot be having this.
League starts next month. Continental football starts the following month.
And you're just resuming, and your house is not still in order.
We will come for you. We understand that you only recently won the President Federation Cup that qualified for the continent, but then we will come for you.
We would. Trust me.
Don't go there and embarrass us. And I know something I saw yesterday. The owners of the 4 teams. Or let me say the proprietors of the 4 teams that will represent us next season met with the NSC chairman yesterday, and they spoke about a way forward. I mean, you shouldn't go and embarrass us out there.
No, you can't.
Whatever support you need, you will get it.
Yeah, actually, I think it's the key word for me also. You know, if you're asking for support, let's give you the full support, but make sure the support we're giving you is bringing us, you know, our glory back, you know, to Nigeria. So that, you know, let's have it in full gear.
Absolutely.
Just for them.
Absolutely. Tobiloba is still there. Toby, let's talk about Kwara United. What are your expectations ahead of next season? I mean, we saw what they did last season. They struggled a bit in the league. Then the President Federation Cup, they won it. What should we be expecting from them?
Yeah, for the Harmony boys, a whole lot definitely rests on their shoulders in terms of the performance they have to turn out next season in the MPFL and even on the continent of Africa. It is expected that they have to not do themselves proud, but even do the country proud. And one of the, shall I say, slush funds that they'll be getting ahead of next season will be $100,000 from CAF, which will be like an appearance fee in the CAF Confederations Cup. So I would say in terms of funds, they have a whole lot of backups, not to even now talk about the monthly subvention they get from the Kwara State government. Let's hope they do themselves proud, because right now when they are playing on the continent, they will not just be flying the flag of Kwara State, they will be flying the flags of Nigeria right on the continent. That we know how dismal Nigerian clubs has been in recent while when they play on the continent. So let us be backing them. Let us just give them all of the support that they need, because truth be told, it won't be easy.
It won't be easy at all. And of course, all the support coming from the NSC, very important. And of course, from the government of Kwara United, very, very important. The government of Kwara State. Let's move on and talk about the Chan Eagles. They've been in camp in Ikenne ahead of the Chan competition. And of course, the news is that ahead of the Chan competition, the Ombes Super Eagles, you call them the Super Eagles B team, defeated Nigerian Premier Football League champions, Remo Stars, in a tune-up game yesterday, right at Remo Stars' backyard. Abia Warriors' Anthony Ijoma has scored the only goal in that keenly contested game decided at the Remo Stars Sports Complex. Under the watchful eye of Eric Shell, the team is poised to make an impact after making a return to the tournament after 6 years. Let's quickly enjoy bits from the camp of the team. I'll be back on the show.
My name is Godwin Obaje, player for Rangers International.
My name is Aruna Adi, play for Remo Stars Football Club.
My name is Kabiru Mohammed, I'm from Kwara United.
I actually know what I can give, so I'm not scared of anything. I'm determined, I'm focused, and I'm ready to give my all for the team. But it has always been my dream to participate in the CHAN and to play for the Super Eagles. So this is like a stepping stone to the next level.
All of us are like brothers, so we know ourselves in different clubs. So it's normal meeting ourselves. We are very, very happy with each other. I'm looking forward to the tournament because that's why I'm very, very prepared to see what will happen. Because we need to give our best as Nigeria. I know one of the biggest country in Africa, so we are preparing very well. I'm sure I'm very, very fit because of the training section. I'm very aggressive, and I love this section throughout.
He have a good philosophy, and then his game was very intensity. He likes aggressive player who can be good on the ball. Without the ball, you have to press and get the ball back. So you could play as a team. It was very good section with him.
All right, that was a quick visit to the camp of the home-based Eagles as they continue preparations for the forthcoming African Nations Championship. Toby, let's talk about these lads. They've been preparing, and of course, we expect a whole lot from them. 6 years they've been without, they've missed the competition, and this time around, we expect so much, honestly.
Of the Super Eagles B team, and they've been at the Remo Stars Sports Institute in Ekene, where they've been having a whole lot of training sessions under the watchful eyes of Eric Shell. And right now they are poised to definitely show what they can do on the continent of Africa. I personally will be hoping they also do well because for Nigerian clubs, this is a tournament for players who are more or less playing in their domestic leagues. So if they do well for themselves, for the country, it means that our club football, our league football is greatly improving right there. And for Eric Shell, this will also be a major test for him ahead of the World Cup qualifiers that will be resuming in the month of September. Let us see what he can do, if he can also draft some of these legs from the home-based Super Eagles to the mainstream Super Eagles ahead of the World Cup qualifiers in the month of September. We want to see the Super Eagles have a pattern. We want to see them have an identity when they play, and these boys will definitely be one way for us to test Eric Shell. Remember, since the time he took over, maybe barring the Unity Cup and the friendly games that we had against Russia, the coach has not had ample time to more or less experiment or try new tactics or new philosophy. So this training, or should I say, these training sessions or this preparation ahead of the CHAN and even the tournament itself will allow us to see Eric Shell maybe what he can offer Nigeria when major tournaments start.
Toby, let's quickly talk about this team and the fact that 5 players had to pull out because they secured moves away while this training camp was on. 2 others got injured, and that's one of the evil bedeviling us when it comes to this competition. However, number one, you feel that will affect them going into this competition?
It could affect them. It could affect them. However, I feel the NFF or the Super Eagles administrators right here now can have a discussion with the boys. Maybe have them enter an agreement that, okay, if you want to be part of this setup, you have to more or less sign an agreement, okay, for the duration of now till August,
you are with
until
us.
the end of August, when this tournament will end, you would not leave the team even if you secure a contract. You can have a pre-contract agreement with whatever club, but at least that will not affect your preparation or training with the national team. Is one of the downsides of this tournament. And also too, if Nigeria also had a decent league, I tell you, the best of our legs will be playing right here in Nigeria. But the economic realities is saying otherwise. You still hear of players going to obscure leagues on the continent, going to Asia. When I say Asia, I'm not even talking about Saudi Arabia. I'm talking about places like your Vietnam, Iraq, Iran to play football just because of the economic realities of Nigeria.
All right, Toluwani, it's a massive competition, and Toby just said something very, very important there. But then time will let us go into that. We'll probably talk about that very later on. Let's take updates from the WAFU B competition currently going on as we speak. Well, that is the update on your screen. I mean, in case you've not been following that particular competition, WAFU B under 20 competition, there you have it on your screen. Today, the Republic will take on Ghana. Look at Nigeria's participation so far. Draw against Ghana, and then later on
You're not giving me my flowers now. You're not giving me. I said Nigeria we're going to trash, but you didn't say anything now. It's fine. It's fine.
It's all right. It's all right. You have that. It's an under 20 competition.
Okay.
It's a developmental stage.
Okay.
So it's not about winning.
Okay.
It's about
Nice.
Anyways, and there you have the groupings today.
Yeah.
Benin Republic will take on Ghana. That's in our own group to complete our group. Let's take a look at the group standings at the moment. Nigeria, of course, we played 2 games already.
Yeah.
We topped the pack. So it's left to Ghana and Benin Republic to sort themselves out and see who joins us in the next stage. Group B, quite competitive as expected. Ivory Coast right there. Niger, Togo, and of course Burkina Faso. Well, let's move away from WAFU B on the 20 and talk about the girls, where the Tenka Study Group has unveiled the best 11 from the group stage of the ongoing 2024 CAF Women's Africa Cup of Nations in Morocco. Nigeria's captain, talking about Rashida Ajibade, and defender Ashley Plumpton, were both named in the lineup, while striker Chiwedo Iheozo, despite scoring twice, was a notable omission. The team, arranged in a classic 4-3-3 formation, highlights the top performance from the tournament's opening phase. That's group stages, which featured 45 goals across 18 matches. Zambia's prolific attacking pair of Barbara Banda and Rachel Kundananji were unsurprisingly included in the front line, alongside Senegal's striker Ndiaye. Of course, players from South Africa and host Morocco also made the prestigious list. South Africa's Sarah Ellis was named the best coach of that round. The quarterfinals set to kick off on Friday with Nigeria facing Zambia in a highly anticipated encounter. Toluwani, here you have it. Everyone talking about the big game. I mean, if not for copyright issues, I've listened to the site, our players, and of course the Zambians. And one thing that really struck me was Tosin Demain saying that we shouldn't be worried. I mean, we have the best defensive line. They have the best attacking line. You think we should be, and they've considered like 4 already.
4 already, yes.
Should we be worried?
So, it's just a nice spirit. The players are just giving us, our high spirit, which is needed. And also I'm sure, the psychic in the camp right now is this should not be a problem. We have the best, of players in the WAFCON for this year. And, I don't expect anything short of, a beautiful performance against the Zambia. It's going to be an entertaining football, for us. They have a very, lackadaisical defensive play from the Copper Queens, but I think where we'll need the Super Falcons is to get in the goals in there for the Super Falcons of Nigeria. And if you look at the Group XI best 11, you see the Copper Queens top strikers making that list, and that's to show that the powerhouse is there for them. So like I said, how do you stop these players for Friday is the question right now. And I just hope and I feel that it is possible. We have done it over the years, and we can do it against the Copper Queens.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the teams in quarterfinals of this competition. Yeah, and already Nigeria are taking on Zambia, and of course a whole lot more to look forward to. Of course, Morocco, Zambia, Senegal, Nigeria, Algeria, South Africa, Ghana, and here is the pairing. Toby, well, if you can hear me, undoubtedly the best 8 on the continent.
Yeah, definitely. You could say the best 8 on the continent. Talking about what the competition served us so far, and definitely there will be more exciting games expected later this weekend when the quarterfinals of the WAFCON commences for Nigeria. So you could say yes, it's a date for them come Friday, when they come up against Zambia, coming up against the side that dumped them out of the competition without a single medal, without any medal. That was when Morocco also hosted in 2022. But later this weekend, I want the girls to banish all of those thoughts from their head and see Friday's game as a grudge match, if I can call it that.
Yes.
Remember when we spoke about this yesterday? Go for the killer instincts and more or less show the intent from the blast of the whistle. The girls have been goal shy, no doubt about that. But one other thing that has been going for them is that they have kept watertight. And the Zambians have shown that they can be vulnerable at the back. That is one thing they can also exploit come Friday when they face them in Casablanca. So it's all about being razor sharp in front of goal and taking your chances as you get them.
Tolu, and honestly, is it just me? But I'm not hearing from the NFF. I'm not hearing what I should be hearing. The motivation, inspire them. I'm not hearing it.
I think so.
Is it just me? I don't know.
I think so. I think it's just you right now. But for me, I'm not sure. So are you saying we need to start tipping them bonuses to say if you score 1 goal you get 10 million naira, if you score 2 goals you get 30 million naira?
It's part of it.
It's part of it too. But
honestly.
I think let's get this done with. I think I don't let us start on this note. For the Super Falcons of Nigeria, we have, like I said,
because we have an
the
important
best
quarterfinal, and the ones we get knocked out, we're out.
We're out actually, true, but I think
I feel the motivation should be coming at this point.
I can understand the motivation, but it's a Super Falcons of Nigeria. It's something that we should get done and dusted with. I don't want to see it as a problem. I don't know why I don't want to see this game as a problem.
Why I'm worried is, and Toby, you would agree with me that we still have pending allowances and bonuses unpaid for the Falcons of Nigeria, right? And that is an issue that the girls have decided to say, okay, let's just put that aside. But then I expect the Federation to be doing something to inspire them at this point to say, yes, we might be owing you for bonuses years back, but this one, please, let's do it and motivate them. Am I the only one not hearing it?
Okay, so Toby, so now you just said they are owing them, right? So they will go back again to say, okay, let's motivate them again. It's the same. So we're still going to go back to the same thing. Is the money going to be released again because we are owing?
The thing is, they're owing the girls, and whether I like it or not, it's still in their head, right? Okay. And this is like bonus for like 3 years ago, right?
Yes.
So the NFF, they promise that they will pay, no doubt. But then these girls are going into a crucial game, and you're not even motivating them at all. Because honestly, now, I know that you are owing me, but then you want me to prosecute a game, I want me to win. I need you to motivate me.
Okay, I get that part.
Because in my head, I'll still keep remembering that even if I do this thing for these people, they will still owe me like they did, right?
I get the part.
I mean, Toby, what do you think?
I get the part.
That can play a role in how the girls perform. However, this is also a national assignment too. Sometimes it's not just the money you get for donning the jersey of your country.
But this is Africa, man. This is Africa.
It's enough.
We know it works here.
Yeah, no doubt about that. They should also remember that even if the NFF owes them, they are still due monies from CAF in terms of prize money and the likes. So they should also play for pride for themselves first, because that is the truth. If they score goals, of course, their names will be attached to the goals, the achievements that they've done for themselves. I know this is not a good thing to be proud of, but they are not the first set of players that will be owed allowances and all. It has almost become a sorry case for sport administration in Nigeria, whereby you get coaches, players, even late coaches still being owed salaries as of today by the NFF from the days of the NFA when they were still called the Nigerian Football Association. So the girls should try as much as possible to play for themselves, play for the pride of the country. And in due course, in due days, I would also be calling on corporate bodies, influential people, wealthy people to also go behind this team.
Exactly what I need at this point for the girls.
Just as the way Toluwade was saying, you will hear, okay, for each goal scored, we'll give them $1,000, give them $2,000, and that will go a long way in spurring the girls to do more. So I also feel that we can also, private individuals who have deep pockets can also find a way of motivating these girls. As a few days ago, I learned that the kits of the girls were still being held by the Moroccan customs.
Just imagine that.
They've been they've been
It's a lot of
in a
distractions.
very tight situation right there in Morocco, and I am not so happy about it.
But absolutely, thank you very much, Toby. Quite a lot to talk about on the show, but unfortunately, time won't let us. But one good news is that Taiwo Awoniyi, after his, he ruptured his intestine last season. He's back training. He was spotted in training yesterday, and it's nice to have the Kwara boy back on the at the training pitch. Hopefully, before we know it, he will be back on the pitch. Of course, about time, let's take a look at what's going on at the Euros. Women Euros over there in Switzerland as we're into the quarterfinals in that competition. Tonight, we've got Norway taking on the Italians, the Azuris. Well, there you have the comprehensive, matches in the quarterfinals. Toluwani, I won't ask for predictions, don't worry. But what are expectations today? And then ultimately, which of the teams do you think are actually strong enough to win this one?
Okay, I'm still going to go with Spain. I'm going to be, on the Spanish side to see how far they can go in this competition. I remember Germany are also record holders in that competition, and defending champions England have not been fantastic, in the competition this year. So, but it's a lot of battle. The game tonight is going to be Norway against Italy, and looking at the head-to-head start between these two teams, the Italians have, the edge ahead of Norway, but Norway fantastic. Competition. I mean, fantastic games. In the Euros they've had this year. So I think I'm going to be tipping Norway to see that one through ahead of the Italian women right there.
Whoa! I'm loving that. I promise it's very entertaining. Today we'll have that first game, and next tomorrow we'll have the other matches. All right, let's move straight to Copa America for the ladies as well. As games have been played. I mean, back Group A already sorted. In case you missed it, Uruguay and Ecuador played 2-2 in their first game. Then Peru took on Chile. It ended 3-0 in favor of Chile. Paraguay also trashed Bolivia, 4-0. And 2 days ago, it was Brazil defeated Venezuela 2-0. And that's why we have that particular standing in Group A. Ecuador topping the pack there with 4 points. Chile, with 3 points. Argentina with 3 points. Uruguay 1. Peru with no points at all. Well, yesterday, Argentina defeated Uruguay by a single goal, yesterday. And would have later today, also this morning, Ecuador defeated Peru 3-1, and later today it's Bolivia versus Brazil. Are you excited about this?
Yeah, I am. It's the South American football, so we're expecting free-flowing flow of football right there, and entertaining. It's been goal-scoring, games right there, and wonderful feat to see. The Copa American women show how we can also enjoy good football right there. Aside from the men, it's samba. Let's see, let's enjoy. Those streaks and those skills and those goals. And so I think we have been getting that action right there. For the Copa America.
Well, just like I said, if you're not used to any sporting activity, we'll force it down your throat. I understand that some people are not very used to the Copa America for the women, right? Today you definitely watched 2 of their last games, right? You watched the game played this morning and last night. The moment we leave this particular studio. Thank you very much, Toluwani.
Thank you for having me, Boloji.
And of course, Toby Ajewole, thank you for joining us.
Always a pleasure.
Absolutely. Well, it's been a nice time hanging out with the duo on the show today. Do join us later tomorrow for an interesting edition of the show. Dominion Sports on Dominion Television. Bolo Ajegumala, do have a wonderful day.